Are you constantly tired, even after a full night's sleep? Do you find yourself reaching for that third cup of coffee just to stay functional? You're not alone. We live in a world where being busy is worn like a badge of honor, and rest, it's often the first thing we sacrifice. But what if I told you that sleep isn't a luxury? It's a biological necessity. In this video, we dive deep into the science of sleep, from what really happens in your brain while you rest, to how chronic sleep deprivation is silently sabotaging your health, productivity, and happiness. We'll uncover secrets from leading neuroscientists, explore shocking global statistics, and give you real-life, actionable strategies to reclaim your rest. Whether you're a student pulling all-nighters, a professional grinding through deadlines, or just someone who wants to feel better and live longer, this video is your ultimate guide to understanding and optimizing the most underrated pillar of health: sleep. Let's begin with a reality check. According to the World Health Organization, 2/3 of adults in developed nations fail to get the recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. In the United States alone, nearly 70 million people suffer from chronic sleep disorders. The CDC now calls insufficient sleep a public health epidemic. We live in a society that glorifies hustle culture. Sleep when you're dead, they say. But what if lack of sleep is actually bringing us closer to that endpoint faster? Sleep deprivation increases the risk of heart disease by 45%. It raises your risk of type 2 diabetes, obesity, stroke, and Alzheimer's. After 17 hours of wakefulness, your cognitive function drops to the level of someone legally drunk. But this isn't just about physical health. Sleep loss affects emotional regulation, decision-making, attention span, and memory. In fact, lack of sleep was a contributing factor in disasters like Chernobyl, the Challenger explosion, and the Exxon Valdez oil spill. So what exactly is happening during those hours when we shut our eyes and drift into unconsciousness? Sleep is not passive. It's an incredibly active and orchestrated process involving cycles of distinct stages. There are two main categories of sleep: non-rapid eye movement, NREM, and rapid eye movement, REM. Each plays a vital role. NREM sleep comes in stages. Stage 1, light sleep, where you drift in and out. Stage 2, your body temperature drops, heart rate slows. Stage 3, deep sleep. This is where tissue growth and repair happens, immune function is restored, and energy is replenished. REM sleep, on the other hand, is where dreams happen. Brain activity surges, almost mirroring wakefulness. REM is essential for memory consolidation, emotional processing, and creative problem solving. During a typical night, you cycle through these stages 4 to 6 times. But if your sleep is interrupted, whether by blue light, noise, or stress, those cycles are broken, and your brain and body pay the price. The brain is perhaps the biggest beneficiary of a good night's sleep. Let's explore how. First up, memory. During sleep, your brain consolidates short-term memories into long-term ones. Without sleep, you may experience what's known as cognitive fog. You're awake, but your ability to retain and recall information is severely impaired. Next, emotional regulation. The amygdala, your brain's fear center, becomes overactive without sleep, while the prefrontal cortex, which governs rational thought, is dialed down. This means you're more prone to irritability, anxiety, and poor decision-making when sleep-deprived. Lastly, there's the glymphatic system, your brain's overnight janitor. It flushes out metabolic waste, including beta-amyloid plaques linked to Alzheimer's. This only happens efficiently during deep sleep. Sleep influences nearly every hormone in the body. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, triggered by darkness. Cortisol, the stress hormone, regulated by the sleep-wake cycle. Leptin and ghrelin, hunger hormones affected by sleep, contributing to weight gain when disrupted. Just one night of poor sleep can spike ghrelin, the hunger hormone, and suppress leptin, the satiety hormone, making you crave high-carb, high-fat foods. Sleep also supports testosterone production, fertility, growth hormone release, and insulin sensitivity. If sleep is so essential, why are we so bad at it? Modern life is a perfect storm of sleep disruption. Blue light from screens suppresses melatonin. Noise pollution keeps the brain on high alert. Social media and stress delay sleep onset. Shift work, jet lag, and irregular schedules throw off our circadian rhythm. We treat sleep like a negotiable commodity, something to cut when life gets busy. But science says otherwise. You can't cheat biology. You can't train your body to need less sleep. The sleep crisis has ripple effects. Economy. The US loses over $411 billion annually due to sleep-related productivity losses. Education. Sleep-deprived students perform worse academically and emotionally. Healthcare. Insufficient sleep raises hospitalization rates and worsens chronic disease outcomes. Sleep isn't just personal, it's societal. Now that you know the stakes, what can you do about it? Here are the tips for optimizing sleep. 1. Keep a consistent schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. 2. Cut screen time. Avoid phones and TVs 1 hour before bed. 3. Dark, cool environment. Optimal room temp is around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 Celsius. Avoid caffeine and heavy meals before bed. Use your bed only for sleep and intimacy. Train your brain to associate bed with rest. 6. Establish a calming pre-sleep routine. Reading, light stretching, journaling. And if you suffer from insomnia or a sleep disorder, consult a sleep specialist. Conditions like sleep apnea can be life-threatening, but are treatable. Elite athletes prioritize sleep because it improves reaction time, muscle recovery, and mental focus. Top CEOs guard their sleep routines like their investments. Why? Because they understand that sleep is not time wasted, it's time well spent. In one study, basketball players who got 10 hours of sleep improved shooting accuracy by 9%. Students who got a full night's rest performed 40% better on memory tests than those who pulled all-nighters. In Japan, falling asleep at work isn't frowned upon. It's seen as a sign of dedication. But cultural glorification of exhaustion is dangerous. We need a shift in mindset. Sleep is not laziness, it's biological maintenance. It's productivity in disguise. Researchers are exploring how sleep affects everything from gene expression to mental health. Wearables like Oura Rings and sleep tracking apps are helping individuals understand their patterns better. The frontier of sleep science includes dream engineering, smart mattresses, light therapy, neural stimulation to deepen sleep. Sleep is not a luxury, it's a foundation for focus, for emotional resilience, for health, for life. So tonight, when you climb into bed, remember, you're not being lazy. You're recharging the most complex machine in the known universe, your brain. Sleep is your superpower. Use it. If you found this documentary helpful, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone you care about. Let's wake up the world to the power of sleep.